The Djay Pro app is an amazing professional DJ app, and in this video, I'm going to compare the app on iPad to the app for the iPhone to see if you lose any features and if you need to upgrade to an iPad or could you get the full DJ experience. With the iPhone, I'm also going to plug in a wired and a Bluetooth DJ controller to see how easy it is to set each one of them up. Right now, we are in Pro mode on both of the devices, Pro mode on the phone and Pro mode on the iPad. Let's see what features we lose because obviously the screen is much smaller for the iPhone. So in both softwares, we do get these really advanced jog wheels that give us information. You could also customize them. So we have jog wheels on the iPhone, but the difference is if you want to use certain features on the phone, so we're going to open the features over here. Then you lose access of that specific jog wheel to get to these advanced features. On the app for the iPad, you have your jog wheel here at all times, and then you could scroll through all of the features here. So you're going to be able to do one less thing at the same time, but also keep in mind that the waveforms here are active waveforms, so you could scratch, you could do whatever you would do with a jog wheel with the waveforms, so you still have a way to control that deck's. You still have a way to control that deck, it's just not with the actual jog wheel. Both of them, we have a view of our waveforms. On the iPhone, it's much smaller and it's vertical. On the iPad, it's horizontal, and then you could also set it to vertical, but it's better horizontal and you get a much bigger view, but you can still have access to it. In the middle here, we have a mixer section. So now we could access the mixer section for the iPad, but if we want to access the mixer section on the phone, then we are going to lose those waveforms. So the waveforms disappear, and now we have access to pretty much the same exact mixer here. You could set it to EQs on both devices, and then you could go to the NeuroMix EQ or the NeuroMix Crossfader. So you have the same features on both, but you can't do the same thing at the same time by having this mixer and your waveform. This bottom strip here is exactly the same. Customizable button down here. And with that customizable button, if you're DJing on the phone and you're losing your jog and you want to keep your jog wheel, you could set this as an effect or you could set it as a skip. So you have another way to customize what you can control while seeing your jog wheel. The loop we could control. BPMs are about the same. Let's see if they both have the same view modes. So we're in modes. We got starter, auto mix, classic, pro, looper, 4-deck, and video. The same exact thing. You could DJ with videos. You could open up the looper. I'm not going to go into classic mode and all of the other modes because most people are going to DJ in pro mode. Let's connect the controller now. With a wired controller, you are going to need an adapter no matter which device you are using. For the iPad, you're going to need a USB-C adapter. And then for the phone, they make this one. You could plug the controller right into there, plug this into your phone, and you could charge your phone while you're DJing. And you'll see why that's important in a second. So this is the Numark Djay Touch. This controller is powered by your device, so you don't have to plug it into a power outlet or anything. You just plug it directly into your device, and all of the lights and all of the controls are powered by your device's battery. Plugged in like that, you're ready to DJ, ready to go. That's all you have to do to plug in a controller to your iPad, and then when you plug in a controller, you get a new hardware mode for either 2 or 4 decks. 2-deck hardware mode. Some of the stuff that you're going to see on your controller, you don't need to see it on your screen, so it gets rid of that and makes other stuff bigger. So like you don't see the crossfader on the screen, but every controller is going to have a crossfader. So that's how you connect the wired controller to the iPad. Now we're going to connect it to our phone. So we're going to take this same wire, we're going to plug it in to this. So now it's plugged in, but we can't start DJing right away because there's not enough power in the phone to power the controller. The battery in the iPad is big enough to power the controller, but it's a much smaller device, much smaller battery. So when you're DJing with a controller that is powered by the device, you are going to have it plugged in. So make sure you get an adapter like this one where it allows you to plug in your charger. Now we plug in our charger, the controller lights up, and just like that, you can DJ. So just keep that in mind. You could use the same controller with both, but you're going to need to be powering the phone with the controller. So if you're doing like a gig where you're just going to DJ for a couple of hours where there's no power supply, then the iPad would be the way to go. Now let's try this controller over here. This is a Bluetooth DJ controller. So we're not going to have to plug in any wires. All we're going to have to do is make sure that this controller, this specific one, doesn't have a battery. So we're going to have to plug it in to a power source. But then we can connect it to our devices wirelessly. So the device has power, but it's not connected to any of our devices. So for the iPad, you press the button. There's a symbol here, connect Bluetooth controller. Then you'll see your powered controller here. Our controller is connected and ready to go. So now I'm just going to unplug it and do it again on the phone. Same button, same exact way to do it. Just like that, we are connected. So if you're choosing a controller, you might want to consider a Bluetooth one with the phone because you're not going to have to power it by your phone. So there you go. If you want to learn more about DJing with the iPad, check out my full beginner tutorial over here.